I don't feel it anymore. This is 3 years ago, but I think at the beginning, I had just been arrested. So yeah, that's the day after that was when I learned about narcissists and victims. And, that was a horrific thing. So to learn all of that at once was like, wait, I'm the good girl. What did I do wrong? How did I become that? And the realization for me was, it's been happening your whole life. And so that's why you didn't see it. You didn't know. And so to find out, over the years, unpack the onion and go, it's not just the man that had you arrested. It's the rest of your life that you have been subjected to people that have been abusive to you. So for me, I am all at peace with living in victim while you're there, but moving out as fast as possible. Does that make sense?
Inside of me wants to jump forward and go, no, because you weren't, because you didn't know, did you? Because you didn't sign up for it. Because if they had told you what they were going to do, you would have said no, thank you. And that's really important. So I can't help but ask Tracy, like, why do you not like the word victim? Because using the word victim doesn't keep you trapped. Is it the horror of what happened? Is it too in your face? Because it is horrifying. And that's what we as coaches do, is we take a client by the hand and go, hey, don't hide under the bed. Come with us. We're going to face this monster. It's horrifying what's happened. You've had love used against you to tear out a piece of your soul, but we can do this. Was that what was?
So I guess I don't want to minimize somebody that's been physically or sexually abused. That's real abuse. And it goes back to what Richard was saying of let's talk about abuse, because we oftentimes, I think, feel that word victim is reserved for people that have gone through extreme physical abuse. And so then we don't feel like our experience is valid. There's lots of different reasons, I guess, people aren't comfortable with that word. But yeah, and like Richard was saying too, even though we were a quote unquote willing participant in this relationship, people say, well, why didn't you just leave? If it was so bad, why didn't you just leave? And it's we were staying, but there wasn't informed consent. We didn't realize that we were being manipulated. We didn't realize what was going on. We were operating from that standard kind of map of understanding of relationships, which is, you forgive and forget, and commitment is forever, and love conquers all, and just given enough love and understanding and rehab and therapy that a person can change. And not realizing that all of those beliefs, when given to a toxic person, will drag you straight through hell. Waiting for people to kind of stumble into that conversation and just saying your experience is valid. Abuse is on a spectrum. All of it's incredibly damaging. An abusive relationship is a manipulative relationship. And there's tons of confusion involved. It's why people stay. It's how things get as bad as they do. And the abusive part, I've never heard a person say that the physical abuse was worse. It's always the emotional and psychological abuse is the stuff that stays with you for decades. And overcoming that is such a challenge. And just letting people know, it doesn't have to be so extreme that this stuff puts you in the hospital or, kills you in order for it to be a valid problem. And